Hey everybody, Michael Snyder here, Pacific Northwest Weather Chasers. Just that I do an update for tonight on what's headed our way into the Pacific Northwest. Check out this cold air spilling off of Alaska that's powering this frontal system. It's already starting to cause some high winds here for western portions of the state, and you can see the parent low just spinning nicely up there off the south coast of Alaska. And we're just going to jump right on in here and check out all the watches, warnings, and advisories all across the region here. We've got winter storm warnings for the Olympics, the Cascades, all the way down through Oregon. We've got winter storm warning for portions of eastern Washington. We've got high wind warnings all over the place. The coastal range high wind warning, the coast high wind warning. We've got wind advisory for the Washington coast. We've got a high wind warning for Bellingham area, Skagit and Whatcom counties. They're talking about some winds up to 65 miles per hour there. I'm not seeing quite that high in the models, but I'm seeing some mid 50s, which can take down branches and cause power outages in and of themselves. Check out the wind advisory for the Puget Sound region here too. South winds 20 to 35 with gusts to 50 from 10 p.m. tonight to 4 p.m. Sunday afternoon. And if we look on into the eastern Washington, check this out. Some of these higher terrains could get gusts above 70 miles per hour. So south winds 30 to 40 miles per hour. And that is from 7 p.m. Sunday into 4 p.m. Monday. So there's just stuff going on everywhere. And we've got a winter weather advisory for the Yakima area. So it looks like Yakima might get in on this winter weather action here too. 2 to 5 inches expected. This is for Sunday afternoon into Monday afternoon. And check this out on the Oregon coast here. The gratings are going to pack really tight. Gusts to 75 miles per hour possible along some of the exposed headlands there on the Oregon coast. Very impressive storm moving in here. We've got a wind advisory down through the Willamette Valley too. South winds 20-30, gusts to 45. This is from Sunday afternoon till early morning, Monday morning. So let's check out the Cascades here really quick too. Check this out. 12 to 24 inches, winds gusting as high as 50 miles per hour. You know, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to determine that those are blizzard conditions. That's going to be pretty extreme. Heads up crossing the passes. This is from 4 p.m. Sunday to 4 p.m. Monday, above 1,500 feet there. The winter storm warning in the Oregon Cascades, even higher winds up to 55 miles per hour. Total snow accumulations 15 to 30 inches. So heads up if you're crossing the mountains. And we've got the high wind warnings also and some wind advisories also for the east slope of the Cascades in eastern Oregon. Winter storm watch, southeast Oregon there, all the way into Idaho. Winter storm watch up into northeast Washington there too. Drifting and blowing snow 8 to 14 inches for the mountains, 5 to 10 mostly for the valleys. And this winter storm warning out here also mentioned drifting and blowing snow for eastern Washington Saturday night into Monday, and then some more moderate snow Sunday into Monday. So really active weather period going on here. And now I want to go into what's headed our way as far as for western Washington also. First, let's take a look at the winds. This is the NAM 3KM 0Z run. You can see we're already getting some good gusts up here through the northern interior here, and this is calling for gusts over 50 miles per hour. You know, the National Weather Service says some areas could expect 65 mile per hour gusts, and you can see this just really build along the Oregon coast there as we get into tomorrow afternoon, and you can see that overwhelm the coastal ranges and start to move into the Cascades here as well. So that is the NAM 3KM. Check out these wind speeds just for the higher terrain there in Oregon. Very impressive. Let's look at the high resolution rapid refresh. This is the 0Z run. You can see the high winds already occurring up towards Bellingham, some 50 plus mile per hour gusts, and you can see it really start to get going for the Washington and Oregon coast. You can see how the winds are stronger on the Oregon coast. That's why there's a high wind warning there versus the high wind advisory for the Washington coast. And you can see some pretty good gusts going through the Puget Sound as well here. Check that out. Lower 40s there for Seattle, mid 40s for the Tacoma area, all the way through the Puget Sound there. That's why the wind advisory has been issued. And you can see that front as it moves across and down to the south there. Notice how it just kind of starts on Washington and moves down there. And you can kind of see those winds push on into the eastern portions of the state there. Now let's look at the most recent one here too. This is the 4Z. The HRRR runs every hour on the hour. And you can see the high winds up there in Whatcom County there. Look at this, calling for some 55, 56 mile per hour gusts up there for Bellingham for tomorrow morning. So heads up there. And the wind should start on into Sunday. If we go back to 0Z, I'll time the winds there for Seattle too. I didn't mention that. So we see there 40. And then windy with the front also. So that's going to be mainly Sunday afternoon, late morning and afternoon tomorrow for the Seattle metro area. So heads up there. Let's see what the European is painting. We're just going to go ahead and check out the peak wind gust swath here. And it's kind of leaving the Central Sound out of this wind event here. So we'll see how good the Euro does with that. You can see the big winds on the Oregon coast and the coastal range here, higher terrain, and up towards Spokane, mainly south. And some good winds up in the Cascades also. This is through Monday morning here. Also, I wanted to mention this too. We have possibility for some thunderstorms along the coastal regions and a bit inland, and we might even extend that into the Puget Sound region also. Let's take a look. You can see this CAPE, which is convective available potential energy. It's kind of the difference between the surface temperatures and the temperatures aloft. Kind of tells you how much buoyant air will rise, and you need that rising motion to create thunderstorms. So taking a look there, you can see the CAPE is flirting with the coastline there on Monday. Actually, let's go back to Sunday there too. You can see there's a bit of CAPE for Sunday, getting into Sunday afternoon here. And you can see some mainly along the Washington coast there. And if we go into Monday morning, you'll see we have CAPE still going on late morning here. And notice how some of that pushes into the Willamette Valley and western Washington here too. So there's an outside chance for an isolated lightning strike in the interior western Washington and Oregon Monday afternoon. And let's look at the NAM here. What does the NAM show for this convective available potential energy, or what we call CAPE? You can see right along mainly the Washington coast here Sunday afternoon. You can see more CAPE comes in there later at nighttime, Sunday night. And on Monday morning, you can see CAPE all along the coast there. And notice it kind of pushed in there, mainly western Washington on the NAM here. And so yeah, maybe we'll get a lightning strike around the Puget Sound on Monday afternoon. We'll have to see how that goes. But the coast for the next 3 days has thunderstorm potential out there. Check that out all the way into Tuesday. So now, I know everybody was talking about snow, and check out the GFS here. This is just pretty ridiculous. These temperatures are marginal, and the GFS is having a hard time handling cold air being drawn through the gaps. And this is just not going to happen. I don't see accumulating snow in the western Washington lowlands for, Sunday into Monday. I just don't see it. You might see some flakes mixed in. If you're on higher hilltops, you might get a little bit of accumulation, but I just don't see it otherwise. This air mass that we're dealing with now has already warmed up some, and it's going to get further scoured out with these high winds. And this front is just not going to do it on its own. It's just got a deep southerly flow, and there's really not much help for it. And so I don't think we're going to get accumulating snowfall down through the Puget Sound. And the European is showing, something similar down in the Puget, not near the totals, but through the Puget Sound, it's showing some accumulation. I think these are wrong. This is comparable to a few weeks ago when we were getting the Euro and the GFS showing snowfall amounts, but marginal temperatures. That's what's happening again here. So heads up there. Now I wanted to show the extended here briefly. The European 18Z is on the left, the 12Z, the morning run, is on the right. Now as we put this into motion here, you can see this cold air that moves into the area that spawns our frontal system. This is Monday morning, right there, late morning. And you can see the cold air up over British Columbia there, abnormally cold air, but it's not really taking the trajectory off the continent that we need here. So let's go ahead and play on into the future. You notice that slide down mostly east of the Rockies here. Now this low pressure system you see out here spinning, it could potentially pull some air through the gaps and through the Fraser River Valley a little bit and cause like a little bit of an overrunning freezing rain event or even a light snow event. So we're going to watch that one. This is for Wednesday night going into Thursday. So we will be watching that one. We might not be done with the cold weather just yet. We're not looking to drop into Arctic air like we did for the past week, but we're going to watch that and then look into the future here. The 12Z hints at Arctic air, Western Canada. The 18Z was a little bit better with that, a little bit colder, and you can see it spills off the continent better and takes a trajectory more favorable for snow in the lowlands in Western Washington. So it's just something to watch for now. This is out on Friday, late morning here. And you'll notice the 12Z didn't really have it as much, didn't have as much cold air coming off the continent. So it's just something we have to watch, something to look forward to if you're a snow lover. You know, our chances aren't over with yet. And we just started January. We've got all of February to go too. So we're going to be flirting with snow again by the end of the season. So don't want to, you know, keep your hopes up, snow lovers. It'll be back. I have a hunch. So anyway, just wanted to update you guys on the frontal system moving through. All kinds of crazy weather all through Oregon, Washington. I'll do another video tomorrow and I'll update all the storm information and all the watches and warnings then. So I will sign out for tonight and hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Click like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys on Twitter.